Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mix, and today I've got some military tech news that the whole world is keeping a very close eye on. When we talk about military drones today, names like the Bayraktar or Akinci from Turkey probably come to mind. They've already proven themselves on multiple battlefields. But let's be honest, these top-tier drones wouldn't mean much without some serious firepower. Today, we're diving deep into a next-generation weapon system that's about to revolutionize guided munitions. It's called the KUZGUN, developed by Turkey's Defense Research Institute, TÜBİTAK SAGE, and it's designed to seamlessly integrate with platforms from STM and other cutting-edge drones. If we look back at older conflicts, we're used to seeing massive bomb drops or multi-million-dollar missiles being fired just to take out a single target. But in modern warfare, where the battlefield is swarming with cheap drones and highly mobile small-scale units, using incredibly expensive weapons just doesn't make economic sense anymore. Think about it. If the enemy is rolling around in a cheap pickup truck with a machine gun mounted on the back and you have to fire a $2 million missile to destroy it, do that 100 times and you'll completely bankrupt your own military budget. That exact problem is what Turkish defense engineers saw, and it's what led to the development of the KUZGUN system. The real game changer with KUZGUN isn't its sheer size, it's the modular concept behind it. To make it simple, think of it like Lego bricks. You can swap out different pieces to build exactly what you need. The missile has a standard core structure, but the military can swap out three main components: the seeker head, the warhead in the middle, and the propulsion system at the back. This sheer brilliance turns it into a tailor-made weapon. You can customize it perfectly to fit any mission and any battlefield environment. Let's break down the tail section, or the propulsion system, first, because this is what gives KUZGUN its incredible flexibility. The first variant is the KUZGUN-SS, which stands for free fall, or essentially a glider with no engine. This version is designed for ultimate stealth and cost efficiency. When a high-altitude drone like the Akinci drops the KUZGUN-SS from under its wing, tiny fins deploy and it uses aerodynamics to glide straight to the target. Imagine a drone flying at 30,000 feet dropping this glide bomb, and it travels over 110 kilometers in absolute silence. There's no engine noise, no heat signature for enemy radars or sensors to pick up. It's an invisible assassin striking from the sky, taking out enemy radar bases or air defense systems before they even know what hit them. But for some missions, a slow glide just won't cut it, or the target might be further away. That's where the second variant comes in, the KUZGUN-TJ, or Turbojet. Engineers managed to pack a miniature jet engine into the tail section, transforming a standard glide bomb into a high-speed powerhouse that can punch through enemy defenses with a range of over 245 kilometers. Having a turbojet engine means this missile can fly at extremely low altitudes, hugging the terrain to dodge radar, or even flying around mountains to strike targets from an unexpected angle. This variant is an absolute nightmare for deep cover command centers or weapons depots hidden far behind enemy lines. Now, what if the battlefield isn't in the sky? The Turkish engineers planned for that too, creating a third version, the KUZGUN-KY, powered by solid propellant. This variant was born specifically for ground or surface launches. Using a solid fuel rocket motor that delivers massive thrust in a short burst, it can launch from a truck-mounted battery or even a small unmanned surface vessel, aggressively locking onto targets within a 40-kilometer range. It's the perfect solution for coastal defense or a rapid counterattack when ground troops get ambushed. Just send the coordinates from the rear and the KUZGUN-KY missile will clear the area, letting your infantry advance safely. Once you've got your propulsion sorted, you need eyes, the seeker system. The KUZGUN doesn't just rely on basic GPS, which can be easily jammed in modern electronic warfare. Operators can choose from several seeker heads depending on the target. If the target is stationary and you know the exact coordinates, you use the standard GPS paired with an inertial navigation system. But if the target is constantly moving, like a convoy of tanks or armored vehicles, you can swap it out for a laser seeker. Special ops forces on the ground can paint the target with a laser, and the missile will score a direct hit with pinpoint accuracy. And what about fighting at night or in bad weather? You can equip KUZGUN with an imaging infrared seeker, or IIR, that can distinguish the heat of a tank engine from the surrounding environment. There's even a millimeter wave radar seeker that can see right through heavy smoke and sandstorms to lock onto the target. As for the warheads, commanders can choose an armor-piercing payload to bust concrete bunkers, an airburst warhead to clear out infantry, or a thermobaric warhead that sucks the oxygen out of an enclosed space to destroy targets hiding in caves or underground tunnels. All of this can be customized right at the military base, tailored exactly to the mission at hand. But let's step away from the explosions for a second and talk about something just as critical: military logistics. In a protracted war, highly efficient supply chains are what actually win campaigns. With traditional fixed missiles, if you run out of an anti-tank variant on the front lines, but you have a warehouse full of anti-bunker variants, you're basically out of luck. With the KUZGUN's modular architecture, logisticians don't have to ship and store dozens of completely different missile systems. They just ship the standard bodies and a few crates of different seeker heads and motors. Ground crews can snap together the exact weapon profile needed on the tarmac literally minutes before the drone takes off. This massively reduces the logistical footprint and maintenance costs, making the entire military incredibly agile. Now, you might be wondering, if the KUZGUN is this flexible and capable, how does it stack up against a global standard used by Western superpowers, like the American GBU-39 small-diameter bomb? To give you a clear picture, I've put together a spec sheet and some rough order of magnitude pricing for both systems. Let's take a look at the table below. Looking at this comparison, it's pretty clear that Turkey's engineers did their homework. They've built the KUZGUN to go toe-to-toe with a market leader like the GBU-39. If we look at the KUZGUN-SS, which is the glide variant, it's slightly lighter at 100 kilograms compared to the GBU-39's 130 kilograms, yet both boast a maximum range exceeding 110 kilometers. That perfectly hits the sweet spot for long-range standoff strikes well outside the reach of enemy air defenses. But where KUZGUN really starts to pull ahead in terms of versatility is its seeker and warhead options. The standard GBU-39 primarily relies on GPS and INS. If you want different seeker capabilities, you usually have to upgrade to the much more expensive Stormbreaker. The KUZGUN, however, was designed as an open architecture system from day one. Militaries can swap in laser or infrared seekers as needed, along with a wider variety of warheads, making mission planning highly specific and incredibly lethal. And when we move up to the KUZGUN-TJ, the Turbojet variant, we're taking capabilities to a whole new level. With its range pushing out to 245 kilometers and only a slight bump in weight, it basically turns a standard tactical drone into a mini strategic bomber. It can comfortably strike command centers buried deep in enemy territory. To get that kind of capability from Western arsenals, you'd typically have to look at full-sized cruise missiles costing millions of dollars. Speaking of budgets, which is arguably the most critical factor in modern warfare, let's look at those estimated costs. A standard GBU-39 sits around $40,000. Meanwhile, the KUZGUN-SS glide variant comes in at a very attractive $30,000. Even the jet-powered TJ variant is only around $50,000. What do these numbers tell us? They speak to the ability to wage a war of attrition, spamming massive numbers of weapons to overwhelm an enemy's air defense network. Because it's cheaper and can be mass-produced, a military could load swarms of drones with KUZGUNs and launch a massive saturation attack. Enemy defense systems like the Patriot or S-400 would have to work overtime until they simply run out of interceptors. More importantly, it hurts immensely when your enemy has to fire a multi-million-dollar interceptor missile just to shoot down a $30,000 glide bomb. Now, let's factor in the invisible battlefield, electronic warfare. As we've seen in recent global conflicts, GPS jamming and signal spoofing are the new normal. If a weapon relies solely on satellite signals today, it's probably going to end up in a ditch. TÜBİTAK SAGE designed the KUZGUN with a highly resilient, anti-jamming architecture. If the GPS drops out, the missile instantly relies on its onboard AI and optical sensors to visually identify the target and guide itself in for the kill. Furthermore, they are developing advanced data links for these weapons. This means a swarm of KUZGUNs fired simultaneously could potentially communicate with each other in mid-air, prioritizing targets autonomously and actively dodging localized air defense bubbles. Imagine seeing this integrated not just on drones, but on Turkey's upcoming 5th-generation stealth fighter, the Khan. Carrying KUZGUNs internally to maintain a stealth profile, the Khan could act as an airborne quarterback, launching a barrage of smart munitions that completely overwhelm the battle space. This is the military economic game, and Turkey is completely rewriting the rulebook. Countries all over the world, especially those locked out of buying US technology due to political restrictions or treaties, are watching this space closely. Turkey is more than willing to export this high-end tech with far fewer strings attached, which is inevitably going to shift the balance of power in several regions around the globe. At the end of the day, the arrival of modular weapon systems like the KUZGUN isn't just an engineering evolution, it's a total paradigm shift in how wars would be fought. We're moving from an era where you needed 100 different weapons for 100 different missions to an era where you have one core weapon that can transform into whatever you need. It's smarter, it's cheaper, and it's significantly harder to defend against. The future of aerial warfare and long-range strikes is absolutely going to be defined by this kind of technology. Before we wrap up today's video, I've got a question for all of you. Do you think modular, highly cost-effective weapons like the KUZGUN will completely replace those ultra-expensive Western missiles in future conflicts? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll be reading through them as always. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future content. Thanks for watching. I'm Mix, and I'll see you in the next one.